Hey, I'm Kate from Venison for Dinner, and to follow up on my post of 6 things we don't buy at the store, I'm gonna give you a list of things we do buy. So, buckle up. Any guesses on things we do buy? I mean, I show you my grocery hauls. I'm sure you have a pretty good idea. So the first thing on my list is ketchup, mustard, mayo. Could I make my own? Yeah, I really could. Do I want to make my own? Not really. One time, I made ketchup, and I made a dozen half-pint jars. Homegrown tomatoes, simmer that down, make my own ketchup. It was awful. I ended up feeding 11 of those 12 jars to the chickens like 3 years later. That's how bad. We're quite happy to buy ketchup. Quite happy to buy ketchup. Mayonnaise, I do occasionally make. If I need a larger amount of it, like a big salad dressing or something, I make my own. But I do like to keep a jar in the fridge for when it's like, I just need a few tablespoons to make deviled eggs or to make salmon sandwiches, that I don't want to have to make mayonnaise every time I'm trying to throw together something quick, because we don't use mayonnaise every week and we don't use a lot of mayonnaise and it goes bad, and then so I buy it, and that's cool with me. I buy hot dog buns and hamburger buns. Occasionally I make them. Quite often we just go without them. But usually we buy hamburger and hot dog buns. We have a great bakery in town, and we buy hot dog and hamburger buns there. If I want last minute hamburgers, if I don't have lettuce to make lettuce wrap burgers, I will bake buns. But I definitely prefer the whatever voodoo they do to make those things light as air. Whatever additives they add there. Quite happy to support that local bakery and buy my hot dog and hamburger buns. I buy pickles. I have tried making fermented pickles a couple times. If I can tell you a secret, there's a 5-gallon crock of fermented pickles in my basement. And I was pregnant with Rowan when I made them. Yes, my almost 1-year-old. They're bad. They need to be chucked. But the crock is so heavy, I don't want to deal with it. I may be in a standoff with my husband about this. Cucumbers don't grow well here. If cucumbers grew well enough here, then I probably would make my own pickles. But for now, buy them in those big honking jars, because then I have the jars for milk afterwards. I buy pasta. Could I make pasta? Yes. I feel like this is the topic of, this is everything I'm listing here. Could I make it? Yes, I very much could make pasta. But is pasta my quick last minute, we only eat it a couple times a month, or I don't feel like cooking so I'm feeding the kids? Just children yelling, you know. They're doing their chores right now. They're animal chores. What were we talking about? Pasta. Pasta is my feed the kids buttered noodles. We don't buy Kraft Dinner or Annie's pasta. Marius will buy Annie's pasta if he's working away, so that he can just have it with him if he needs something in the evening. Or if dinner wasn't sufficient, or if there wasn't enough dinner, like where he is right now, they get fed dinner, but sometimes there's not enough or whatever. But yeah, your basic pastas, I just buy them. And I'm totally cool with that. I would like to experiment with making my own and then dehydrating it to have my own, but last time I tried that, it was a hot mess. When I went to boil the noodles afterwards, they were just gloppy, disgusting. Pigs got it all. And the last thing on my list here is I buy tortillas. I even buy those really classy, crunchy corn tortillas that are like this. Oh, those are good. I didn't grow up with those. Marius grew up with those. And I didn't buy them for years and years. Probably was only a few years ago that I bought them. And he's like, it's okay to buy things like this for a treat. We eat tacos maybe once a month. It's okay. We're loading them with lettuce and homemade salsa and homegrown meat and homemade cheese. It's okay to buy the tortilla shells. I also buy the flour tortillas. One of my sisters, she is so good at making tortillas. I don't know how she does that. Like, people who can just roll a tortilla and it's like round. I don't possess this skill. Mine end up like... If a tortilla press worked for flour tortillas, maybe I would. We don't eat corn tortillas, like soft ones. I can't remember last time I bought those. We eat flour tortillas if we do eat tortillas, but really tortillas are like once a month, every 2 months. Just not very often. And again, it's a last minute like, oh, let's make some quesadillas. So there's my list of things we do buy. Tell me, what things do you choose to buy, even though you're capable of making them? But in this season of life, in this, wherever you're at right now, you choose to buy them, and that is totally cool. So tell me below what things you choose to buy. And children are starting to come back in now. I got one on the couch, one just came in the door, and it's gonna get noisy in here. So have a lovely day, guys, and we will catch you on the flip side.